Aloha, beautiful souls. This is Ryan of tranSOULution, and welcome to my channel, Transform with Ryan, where I am bringing you that light whenever there are shadows. Now, in this pick a card tarot reading, we are going to be focusing in on the question of, are you on the right path? So I know that's a question that I get a lot when I'm coaching people or working with clients is, am I on the right path? Am I doing the right thing? Is everything going to be okay? There's a lot of those reassurances that we as human beings often need along our journey moving forward. And so take a look here at these three options from the Power Animal Oracle deck. We have the fox, the buffalo, hummingbird, and last but not least, the dragonfly. So take a look and see which animal is calling to you the most. And in your reading, we'll try to get as much information as possible to help you determine, are you on the right path? And if not, what can we do about it? All right, so take a look at those cards, my loves, and I will see you at your reading. Hey there, Star Fam. Welcome back to another reading here on Transform with Ryan. We're going to find out today, are you on the right path? And for those of you that are new to this channel, I'm sending you a very warm welcome and aloha. So happy that Spirit has brought you here and connected us today. Let me know where you're tuning in from in the comments down below. So let's get into your reading, loves. So here you were drawn to the fox animal spirit, and it says here adaptability. Adapt to the changes that are happening. And so what I'm sensing with this fox spirit right here is that you are definitely moving forward onto a path that's going to challenge you. All right, there are going to be some points where you're feeling very excited, very accomplished, very enthusiastic, and energized to move forward. And then there are going to be other points along the journey where you're going to feel quite challenged, quite frustrated. And, you know, to be honest, that's how a lot of things are in life. But the main energy here that I'm getting from this card to pass along to you is that this is really a big period of growth for you. Okay? It's this period of growth where you are implementing ideas, speaking your mind, taking action. And from there, you're getting a better understanding of how things flow, how things move. You're going to be able to get a better sense of like, okay, if I do this, this is likely what's going to happen. And there's a lot of learning here. That's what I'm getting, a lot of learning, and you're adapting, and you're really kind of gaining a lot of skills as you are asked to adapt to these different situations. And so the path forward is not going to be a very smooth, very boring kind of ride. It's going to be, there's going to be some sharp turns, some twists, some drops. It makes me think of like a roller coaster, right? So there's going to be a lot of movement. You're going to definitely be kept on your toes on the path forward, but it's all in service of you. It's all in service of the growth and evolution of your spirit, all right? So what I'm getting from Spirit to pass on to you is actually like this path forward is not for the faint of heart. So if you're the type of person that perhaps really values and treasures like just the same old routine, then the path forward that you're entering on from the choices you've made so far is going to challenge you quite a bit. So let's kind of take a look at some outcomes here, okay? The highest, most likely outcome if you don't do anything. If you don't change anything about your current situation, if you just leave things as they are, you don't challenge it, you don't cause it to shift, you don't change yourself, you don't change your actions, you just keep doing the same old thing, okay? Let's kind of see the most likely outcome as a result of this. Of course, it's a general reading, so things might be slightly different for many of you based on this. So just take what resonates with you and leave the rest, okay? We're just kind of inquiring and getting information here. So this is the first card that came out. Why don't we start here? Goldfish. increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. Ooh, this is pretty cool, right? So the key thing here, I mean, we're like, ooh, increase in material wealth. Yes, give me some of that, right? I mean, who couldn't use just a little bit more of that to help ourselves and help the people that we love? But the thing that I really want you to actually focus in on is this growth part here, okay? So if you kind of just keep things the same, then you will experience a lot of personal growth and development. Okay, so that's again, if you're okay with just moving forward on this ride where things are a bit unpredictable, then definitely a lot of increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. Okay, make sense? And the next thing that came out here was the I, psychic ability, trust your intuition. Beautiful. I was actually sensing this already when I was tuning into the fox spirit, but sometimes it's hard to put things into words. And what I'm sensing here is, when things become super duper unpredictable in our life, we search for something to anchor us in, something to kind of calm us down, especially when change and sudden unexpected twists and surprises, they make us a little anxious, right? Have you ever experienced that before where you were expecting something and then it happened and you're like suddenly quite anxious and nervous about the entire situation? Well, it's times like that that I found, and I encourage a lot of people to do, is to go within. Find your core, find your true self, find your heart, and there is where peace lies. Peace and the answers to all your questions lies within. And that's what a lot of people call intuition, right? This is where intuition comes from, is the spirit, the soul that each of us houses as part of our physical body, okay? I was going to say within our physical body, but the spirit is so much greater than the physical body. It's like beyond the dimensions of physical form. And so over time, as you go through these challenges and you experience these triumphs, your spirit is also tuning in to this intuitive nature. It's building that intuitive muscle, all right? Where you'll be able to sense things that are right for you and sense choices that are right for you, are best for you, and have your, highest and most greatest version of yourself in mind, okay? And it'll also conversely help you determine what isn't right for you, what doesn't quite fit for you, okay? So as you go through all these twists and turns and flips and whatever, you're building these intuitive muscles. And in the long run, that's going to help you immensely moving forward, okay? Oh, look at this, the unicorn card. Use your intuition to make beneficial changes. Oh my God, more intuition here. I love it. So, again, what I'm sensing for many of you with this fox here and this unicorn is you are very, very special indeed. You are on a special chapter here of your life, a special journey, a special sort of phase, if you will, in your life right now where you have the chance to grow so fast, so much. And so, so if you like things to be predictable, for example, then you might see a line that looks kind of linear on a graph, okay? Slow, steady kind of change. But if you like, if you're comfortable, I should say, if you're comfortable with a little bit of variety, a little bit of surprise, a little bit of the unexpected in your life, then your path will look kind of like this, right? But you'll have these huge periods of immense growth, and you're going to have some periods where there is maybe some experience of loss, but then there's a rebound again of coming back up, and the potential for the path to, instead of being like this, to be more like this, like getting to a higher point faster and earlier, is a lot higher, okay? It's Spirit is saying, it's like that saying, big risks bring big rewards, okay? Now, everybody has a different appetite for risk and taking chances in their life, so I definitely encourage you to stay within those bounds, but to maybe challenge yourself just a little bit more, okay? So what does that look like for all of you? What does that look like? Part of that could be maybe instead of saving all of your money, putting a little bit of money aside towards some kind of investment, right? Like maybe putting a little bit more money into your retirement plan or to stock or into some kind of savings account to purchase like a property or something like that, right? So instead of saving your money and keeping it to yourself, putting it aside for something else, to a project that has the potential and the capacity for exponential growth, higher yields, okay? For others of you, it could be with your interactions and communications, okay? Where maybe you're like a yes person, right? You say yes to everybody, you're willing to help everybody, you're willing to do whatever anyone asks of you. And perhaps the practice for you is to maybe say no, like tuning into yourself and saying, should I really be saying yes to this person, yes to this opportunity, yes to attending this event, yes to going to this place, yes to hanging out with this person, or should I just say no because I'm not feeling it? All right? So taking this chance to like be your authentic self, taking this chance on investing in your future, in some sort of like stock or NFT or crypto or property or whatever, okay? So that's what I'm getting from here is it's really tuning into your intuition and seeing what's right for you that's going to actually help you in the long run, okay? So it might not have immediate benefits right now, but a little further down the road, the benefits are going to be immense. All right, and sticking with it. So trusting your intuition all the way. So not saying, oh, I feel like I should do this now, and then like backing out like 2-3 minutes later, a day later. Like stay committed to what your intuition is telling you. All right, that's what I'm kind of getting for you all. Pig, beware of greed. So this is a big thing when it comes to like investments in particular, is that some people, they make an investment and they have it in their mind about how much they want to get back. And if doesn't matter if they get some kind of profit, if it's not that specific number or higher, then they call it a wash and they like lose faith in it. And so really Spirit is saying beware of greed. Like some people, maybe they want to 10x their earnings, and you have the opportunity to 2x, 3x, 4x, so double, triple, quadruple your earnings at this point in time. But because you're dead set on 10xing your thing, you like are greedy and you're holding on to resources rather than, you know, selling off your assets when there is profit to be had. So Spirit is just cautioning you on that tactic when it comes to investing, okay? That, you know, 2x is better than doubling your money is better than losing money, no matter how you look at it, all right? Because again, things can be a little bit unpredictable on this path moving forward. And so today you might be able to 2x it, and then, you know, a month from now you might be in the loss, okay? So just really tune into yourself and say, hey, is this a great time to invest, or is this a great time to cash out? So I don't know why Spirit is really just encouraging me to have you take a look at sort of the economics of money and how money moves and how money grows. Perhaps because those of you that were drawn to this Fox card, money has been something that's been on your mind a lot, on like how to increase your wealth. Or maybe some of you are even the mindset, I just don't want to lose money, right? And I encourage you to maybe flip that around and think more so about, you know, what are ways in which you can expand, okay? And for those of you, maybe this is taking on sort of an emotional nature, like a relationship with somebody, whether it's a family member, a friend, coworker, what have you, lover, is this greed is referring to your emotions, okay? So not being stingy with showing your emotions to people. So really letting people know how you feel, what you think, so that they really get a better understanding of you. And what I'm getting from Spirit is that, you know, some people, they maybe do things that irritate you or frustrate you just because they don't know that they do. all right? Maybe they're just oblivious and they're unaware that, hey, when I do this thing or say this thing, it really bothers you because you're so good at putting on this face of this pig that's just so, calm, tranquil, docile, easygoing, like not a care in the world, right? And on the inside, maybe you're experiencing all sorts of emotions about what's being said or done to you or in your presence. And so this is something for you to be mindful of, all right? And taking that chance to speak your mind. This is really interesting because I was calling on Spirit to sort of see how your path could kind of move forward. And so what I'm sensing here is that many of you are actually maybe a bit opposite to what I was saying earlier, where you are quite adaptable, okay? And you are quite capable of kind of flowing with the energy and the people around you. And so there's all this growth potential here. And that's definitely, I would say, the path that will bring the highest growth and the highest profits and yields, because it's the path of least resistance, right? You're not resisting change, you're adapting to it. So that is very, very beautiful. So for those of you that maybe are a little nervous about these changes, it seems that Spirit is really encouraging you to embrace it. Okay, this is a great time for you to embrace change. Interesting. I'm curious to see how the other readings go, because it feels like this reading is very alive and shifting quite a bit. And I'm getting the sense already that a lot of the messages that are going to come through are going to be quite different depending on what people have picked. In any case, let me know, like, what are you feeling about this? Are you that type of person that likes a bit of a thrill in life? Or are you that type of person that likes everything to be like very predictable, very kind of routine, same old kind of vibes? Like, what do you like? What do you prefer? And how does this stuff make you feel that I've shared with you so far as the fortunes go? So very interesting. Oh, this card kind of slide out. Let's see what that has to say to you. So we have 8 of coins. Yes, so a lot of learning going on here, okay? So this is the path for learning. This is the path for growing. And it's not easy. But again, there's a lot to gain. There's a lot where you can really soar, fly higher than you've ever flown before, okay? Page of Wands, yes. So a lot of learning here, as I mentioned earlier, because the Page of Wands is very youthful. It speaks to even the beginning. So beginning of a new chapter in your life, beginning of a different outcome, right? And what I'm sensing too from the Page of Wands is this child here is fearless. Like, they are dancing through life. Look at this big old smile on their face. And look at all these, like, is it a bushel of banana? Is that the right word? Bundle of bananas. I don't know, but this is like so abundant here. And it's this, what I'm getting is it's this Page of Wands joy for life, and all the twists and turns and the unpredictable nature of life that gives this Page of Wands joy, energy. It basically gives this page life when things are dynamic, when energy is constantly flowing, all right? And this is beautiful because it's like this energy of wonder, okay? So when it comes to your path moving forward, take this stance of wonderment and joy and awe of like, wow, this is what it means to be alive, to feel something, whether that's anger, sadness, or joy, happiness, love. Like, we have to feel these things. And you know, when we're on this routine, things feel very robotic, right? Kind of get boring and we kind of feel like we're not alive anymore. Okay, so this path, this is the right path for you. What I'm getting is if you really value that, if you're ready for change, if you're ready for shifts, you are on the right path. Things are going to turn out this way. Things are going to challenge you to embrace all this change. Look, Knight of Wands right after the Page of Wands. So this to me, so this Page of Wands is just on foot. It looks like maybe they're dancing, they're hopping, they're jumping forward. This Knight of Wands is on this goat. So they're moving even faster. And look, we were talking about flying high and the wings and soaring. And this cape is kind of flowing back, almost looking like wings. And this little child here is just courageous and going for it. Like it doesn't, like fearless again, this fearless nature. And even though this cloak is in tatters, meaning like, yeah, there were some losses, there were some injuries, there were some points of letdown along her journey forward, she is still moving forward. She's not letting these challenging, frustrating, difficult situations, these obstacles, stop her from charging forward on her wonderful little goat, it looks like. And so Spirit is saying like, hey, this is the right path for you, for sure, but you're going to have to commit to it. You're going to have to charge forward fearlessly, and you're going to have to not get discouraged or disheartened when things come up, because these changes that arise that are gonna that are asking of you to be adaptable, they're gonna benefit you in the long run. It's like what's coming through is what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Okay, maybe you, if you know that song by Kelly Clarkson, now might be a good time to go listen to it after your reading here. Here we have the Two of Wands. Okay, great, great. So again, everything is about choice in life. You have free will. You have sovereignty over the direction your life takes. So you can choose the very calm, predictable path where things will come slowly but surely, or you can choose this path of adventure, of shifts, of change, of like living life to the fullest, like YOLO energy, where you know greater depths of emotion than you would if you were on the more tried and true path. Okay? And lastly, we have the Page of Coins. So yes, there's going to be a shift here on the path forward on your wealth capacity. Okay, so Page of Coins again, new beginnings, new changes, new shifts. And so, you know, on this path moving forward, if you take these risks, you take these chances, you trust your intuition, you develop your intuitive psychic abilities here by connecting with yourself and what feels right for you and leaving behind the things that don't feel right for you, it's going to lead to abundance. All right? When you are working and living from the heart, there is definitely higher yields than if you're working from the mind alone, from logic alone. All right, my loves? Wow. That reading really took us places, didn't it? Let's just pull one more card here. Some divine angel or divine oracle. Okay, I guess we don't have to. We're just going to pull this card. This card has a message for you, for your path forward, some words of encouragement, and it's spirituality. Everything happens for a reason. It is time to grow your spirituality. Think about your spiritual aspects, study spiritual matters, and practice connecting to the divine at a deeper level. And my loves, the divine is within you. Everything happens for a reason. The good things, the bad things, the neutral things, all happens for a reason. So find that deeper meaning as to what is going on and be nourished by it. Wow. Oh my gosh. So this reading really took on a life of its own. If you enjoyed it, if anything resonated with you, please like and comment down below, and make sure you're subscribed to this channel, of course, if you enjoy the content. That way you don't miss out on a future video. And to show support for the readings here on this channel, of course, you can donate if you so wish, or you can just simply let the ads play while you're watching videos on YouTube to support content creation here. If you're ready for another reading, you can click this link right up here in the top right corner. But otherwise, beautiful star fam, I hope this message found you well and is encouraging you on your path forward. Sending you all so much love and cosmic hugs. Until next time, bye. Hey there, Star Fam. Welcome back to another reading here at Transform with Ryan. I'm so happy to have you here once again and doing this reading for you to see about, are you on the right path? And for those of you that are new to this channel, I'm sending you a very, very warm welcome and aloha. So happy to have you here. Do let me know where you're tuning in from in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you. So something very interesting happened while I was doing that first reading is I was getting instructions from Spirit on how to do this. And I'm guessing I was too much in my mind on how to structure this reading. And Spirit came in and be like, no, let's do it this way, okay? And so with this reading, we're going to be looking at forecasting the energies moving forward, like the most likely outcome, the most likely events that will come if you stay on your current track. And Spirit wants me to let you know that in this particular reading, I mean, in all readings you should do this, but in this particular reading, it's important that you know that you should take whatever resonates with you and leave the rest. You have divine sovereignty over your life, and you always have the right to choose whatever you allow into your life and whatever you allow into your existence and your reality. So the things that don't quite fit or match up, then take the appropriate actions to adjust the outcomes, all right? Hopefully that makes sense, my love. So here we go. Buffalo, abundance. Ooh, I like that word. I don't know about you. And it says here, you are provided for in all ways. Now, what I'm getting for you that were, for those of you that were drawn to this card is that, first of all, the first thing is that you are going to have to trust. You're going to have to trust Spirit, God, Source, whatever words you use for the higher energy forms, the higher existential entities. You're going to have to trust in God, in Source, in Spirit, because maybe some of you have been experiencing some form of scarcity, some form of like not enough in your life, not enough money, not enough food, not enough love, not enough time, whatever it is. And Spirit is saying, hey, you know what? You are provided for in all ways. You have exactly what you need. And once you start to notice that or appreciate that, then you'll see just how blessed everything in your life is. And for others of you, I'm sensing that, yes, you are on the right path, but it's about trusting and patience, because the buffalo is not the most fast-moving animal, right? But the buffalo has this muscle mass and this strength and perseverance about it to move forward, regardless of the situation in front of it, okay? It's going to keep moving forward. And so Spirit is saying, keep moving forward, just a little bit further, just a little bit more, okay? You are on the right path, even though you may be feeling like you're on the wrong path right now because of things that you don't feel are, you don't have enough of, like things aren't moving fast enough, you're not making enough money, your relationship isn't progressing fast enough to moving in together, getting married, whatever, right? Like you may feel like things aren't going at the speed that you want them to, but Spirit is saying time is irrelevant here. You are going to get to your destination no matter what. And it's all about divine timing. Wow. Wow. I feel like I could use that message myself, to be quite honest. So that was for all of us here that were drawn to this reading today, and particularly to the Buffalo card. So let's take a look at the fortune here, these tea leaf fortune cards, and get some more information about this path forward, okay? And then reflect on it and see like, hey, is this resonating with me? Is this feeling right for me? Am I accepting this into my reality? So, Cup, you should accept valid criticism. So some people maybe are trying to help you on your path forward. Okay, so they are providing wisdom, they're providing guidance, they're providing some sort of assistance to you. And Spirit is saying you should accept it. And perhaps there's a hint of pride, a hint of ego that's preventing you from accepting this aid. Or maybe you're even seeing something as criticism, but it's really not. It's more like advice, and maybe it's coming from a space of like really wanting what's best for you. But right now, maybe it's the messenger, right? Is what I'm sensing. It's the messenger that's giving you this advice, where it's coming off, instead of as advice and guidance, it's coming off as criticism because of the type of relationship the two of you have. And so Spirit is saying there is validity to what they are saying. So listen for the advice and the wisdom. Don't listen for the negative feelings behind it, okay? Firecracker, excitement. Okay, so what I'm sensing here again is Spirit is saying, hey, things might seem like they're not going so great right now. It's not moving so well forward, I guess. I'm like trying to find my words here. It's just like, just hang in there. Like, what I'm seeing right now from Spirit is like, buffalo in general, they're like pretty chill animals, right? They're like just grazing, like trotting along, and then something comes and it's like they get excited and it becomes like a stampede, like a buffalo stampede, and they're all moving in the same direction. There's a lot of excitement, there's a lot of energy, there's a lot of power in that movement, okay? And so that's what's going to happen here in the very near future for you, is that even though things seem a bit off right now, and kind of not living up to your expectations right now, in an instant it's going to shift, and you are going to like accelerate forward in towards this abundance, this magnification of the resources that you have, okay? Like, with what I'm called to point out is there's this graph that talks about YouTube channels. I don't know if any of you have a YouTube channel or are thinking about maybe sharing your wisdom and wonderful words of encouragement and advice and whatever on YouTube. But there's this graph that shows like, it goes like this. It's like not very exciting. It's like, oh, the growth isn't so good. And I mean, I've honestly experienced this myself. And it's really challenging because you're like, oh, how come I only have this many views, this many subscribers? Why is my channel not growing fast enough? Whatever, right? And so it's looking like this. And then all of a sudden, spike. And then all this crazy activity with your channel or with a YouTube channel, okay? And same thing, I've even seen it with NFTs lately as well, which is interesting too. And it's like, you never know when this spike is going to take place. And it's gonna happen when you least expect it. Like always, okay? It's gonna happen when you least expect it. You're just gonna wake up one day and be like, oh my gosh, like this huge investor came through, or the stock that I invested in really like doubled, tripled in value, or oh my gosh, my partner today asked me to move in with them, or they proposed to me. Like, it's just gonna happen when you least expect it. And so Spirit is saying, like, be like the buffalo. Continue plodding along. It's okay. Just go at your pace, very even pace, because pretty soon it's gonna shift. Everything's gonna shift in an instant for you. All right? So next out, we have the archway. New opportunities, possibilities, and paths opening up. There you go. New energy coming in here, all right? Energy shifting, energy moving. Just be open to it, be ready to it, be in that capacity to receive, all right? All these opportunities that are opening up for you. So I initially wanted to say like be prepared and prepare yourself because big change is coming, but Spirit is like, no, 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 no. There's no preparing for this. It's just gonna happen. So just um, anchor yourself into your energies and move with the opportunities, move with the possibilities, move with the paths that are opening up because there's going to be many. There's going to be many, like in sequence, is what I'm getting from Spirit. There's going to be many opportunities, possibilities, and paths opening up in sequence, and you're going to have to make a choice here soon, right? You're going to have to make a choice to like, okay, am I going to cash out on my stocks? Am I going to push harder and make more content for social media? Am I going to say yes to moving in or marrying my partner? Like, right? And then it's going to be a decision after that, Okay, so if I sell it, am I going to reinvest in something else? Or am I going to hold on to it and put more money at this point in time and then take it out a little bit later? Am I going to, you know, where am I going to have my wedding? If there's a proposal, who's gonna be part of my wedding party? If I move in with this person, what kind of furniture are we gonna have? What am I gonna take to their home? Or what are they gonna bring to my home if we're gonna start living in the same space, right? So it's gonna be all these changes and opportunities and paths opening up, and it's about aligning yourself all the way through as you move forward. Oh, wow. Big energy came through. I'm so excited. Wow, something big is definitely coming your way, my love. So you are on the right path. Weeping Willow, family sorrow. Oh, this is interesting here. So it seems to me that on this path forward, even though if it's the right path for you, someone in your either birth family or your chosen family, they might not see eye with you on this situation. And all I really have to say about that is you can't make everybody happy. Like there's always going to be somebody who perhaps disagrees or has a different opinion or isn't pleased by what's happening. And that's their right. That's their right to have those feelings, those opinions, just like it is yours to have your opinions and your feelings. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it's about doing what's right for you because it's your life. Okay? Wow. This reading is taking on like a life of its own. Quite contrary to what I initially was, what I initially thought this reading was going to be like. But hey, that's when you flow with Spirit. That's when you trust, right? When you just move with where Spirit is guiding you. All right, so let's get some more information here on this path that you're on to help you decide, like, hey, am I on the right path for me? Or is there something that needs to change, okay? We have Knight of Swords, Six of Coins. Ooh, the Moon card. The Devil, and the Three of Cups. Wow, what an eclectic bunch of cards coming through here. So what I'm sensing right out the gate, like I'm just going to say some quick things that kind of immediately came through as the cards were being flipped, and then we'll try to see how it can all tie together. Oops, excuse me. All right, loves. So the Knight of Swords, there's definitely a battle of wills, a battle of beliefs and ideologies here. And both sides feel very strongly about their belief system. All right. And I'm sensing like some very heated debates and arguments on the horizon. Okay. And with this here, what I'm sensing is this call to be very charitable. It's like a reminder, right? Is granting people the space, the what is it? What's the word for this? It's like allowing people to be who they are and have their feelings and have their thoughts without you being personally invested in it and like trying to change their mind, trying to change their opinions, right? It's like, hey, agree to disagree. That's kind of the feeling that I'm getting here. We can all come to the table. We can all have a good time still. We can all be kind to each other, even though we may have different thoughts and feelings on a certain situation. Okay? So Spirit is kind of calling you to remember that. So be charitable in that regard, by allowing people to just be who they are versus trying to be like a dictator and telling them what's right and what's wrong. Okay? With the Moon card, I sense there's going to be a lot of misunderstanding. Okay? And maybe that ties in here to this family sorrow. So on this path moving forward, even though it's has a lot of wonderful opportunities here, there's going to be this opposing energy within it, okay? Oh my God, I'm sorry. Side note, I just noticed this Knight of Swords came underneath the criticism card. So again, that's just like that butting of heads, butting ideas, and like someone is trying to tell you something and you're just not hearing it because maybe of the nature of your relationship with that person. Maybe historically they're super bossy or they're super mean and rude, and you're just like, I don't want to hear anything you say because I don't like you, right? But what they're saying has validity. There is some wisdom in what they're saying, even though you may not like the messenger that's giving you this information, okay? So back to this Moon card, and it ties in with this Devil card here, is there's a lot of misunderstanding. It's like you're on different wavelengths with somebody here. And it's kind of bringing out the ugly in you, okay? And probably even the ugly in them, where it's like, wow, I'm not in my best form right now. Like, I am really feisty, I'm really impatient, like this is not who I normally am, but you just trigger me. You just bring out this in me, right? That's what I'm sensing with this dynamic here, okay? And maybe that's part of the problem that you're kind of experiencing right now. It's like, hey, I feel like everything's going right. I feel like I'm on the right path, but why are there these people around me that are like trying to discourage me, trying to put my ideas down, put my plans down, right? Like, why are they like raining on my parade? That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting. Oh, okay, now it's really coming together here. It's really, really coming together here. So Spirit is like saying, hey, you are on the right path. People are maybe offering you advice, whether solicited or unsolicited advice, right? Everybody has their 2 cents. And there is wisdom in that advice that you can take with you while still staying on track, okay? Like it's like this criticism and this advice, maybe you're concerned it is a sign from the universe saying, hey, don't do that, don't go this way, this is the wrong path. But really that's not true. It's like you are on the right path, but maybe there's some factor in here that you need to consider to keep everything moving in the right direction, okay? Okay, so random, this is what I'm getting from Spirit. So an example, let me tell you a story. There's a story on the spot here. Say you're like on a boat with people crossing a large body of water. And this person that really annoys you and you're like, oh my gosh, you're so incompetent. You don't have a lot of skill. And I can't really trust anything you say because there's nothing to back up what you say. That person comes up to you and they're like, hey, just so you know, there's a problem with the engine. It's making some weird noises and maybe we need to stop and figure it out. And for you, you're like, well, I don't know if I can trust you. Like, weird noises, what does that even mean? Things make noises all the time. Like, that doesn't tell me anything. And you're getting maybe kind of annoyed or irritated because like, you're just wasting my time. And you're like, I just want to get to this destination, so I don't want to stop. I want to keep moving forward. Like, let's just keep going. Everything seems to be in order. You just heard, maybe you're just imagining some weird noises, right? And so Spirit is saying, Yes, maybe this person is annoying. Yes, maybe this person isn't an expert on everything, but they did bring something to your attention that needs to be addressed. So perhaps just you don't have to stop the ship, but you should go check on that, right? Go to the engine room and listen to the noise yourself and see if you can figure out what it is, or someone can figure out what it is. And then, you can move forward because, what if it was something important? And next thing you know, the ship breaks down and now you're forced to stop. And instead of like just pausing the ship for, an hour or two just to check out the engine room, the ship suddenly malfunctions and now you're like a day or two where you're stuck having to make repairs and things like that. Okay, does that make sense, my loves? That's a very interesting story that came out. I hope that resonated with you and it helped kind of drive this idea home of what's going on here. And then here, what I'm sensing, Spirit is saying it links to this family sorrow card here, is really having the capacity to everybody come to the table. All right. And it's like, I know some families have this rule where there's no arguing or yelling at the dinner table. Okay, the dinner table is a time where all the disagreements, all the fights are put aside and we simply enjoy a meal together. All right, that's what I'm sensing here. And Spirit is saying like, hey, put the differences aside, put the opinions aside, put the ego aside, and come to the table together. Share a cup of tea, a glass of wine. Come together in the spirit of everyone's best interest, everyone benefiting, everyone elevating and coming together in high vibrations. All right. Wow. Very, very interesting. Oh my gosh. I'm like floored by all this stuff coming through for this reading. And sometimes, I'm also a human being, and a multidimensional being, just like all of you, living a temporary human experience. And sometimes I'm just like, what is going on here? Like, I can't even make sense of this. And it's my mind that can't make sense of it. It's my ego that can't make sense of it. And then, when I tune into Spirit, I tune into my true essence, things just feel so natural and they just flow. And that feels like what's happening with this reading today, where it's like, I'm thinking, okay, this is how I'm going to structure the reading. This is the information I want to have. And Spirit is like, no, this is the information that you need. And this is the information you need to pass on to the viewers. It's not about like what you want at this point in time. The focus is on what you need. Oh, yes. As I say those words, it's like ringing down to the very core of my being. So here we go. This is some advice and worry. I'm reading the card already. Some advice from Spirit from the Divine Oracle deck. It says, stop worrying, okay? Stop worrying. Surrender your worry and fear to the divine. Imagine yourself feeling happy and stress-free. The universe will follow your positive thoughts and vision. Oh, look at that. It looks like maybe there's this festival about to start with these beautiful lights here hanging in the tree, and she's like dressed so wonderfully for a special event, a special occasion. And so you're definitely going to be coming into a period of celebration here very, very soon. So you're on the right path. Take into consideration what you are hearing as criticism or critiques. Just take it into consideration and reflect on it for a bit. No one's saying that you're wrong, okay? So don't think that. No one is saying that you're wrong. They're just saying to maybe pause and take a look at this aspect of the situation before you continue moving forward. All right? You will reach your destination. So if you really resonated with this reading, with anything at all, and you enjoyed it, make sure to like and comment down below. And of course, if you're loving the vibes here at Transform with Ryan, go ahead and subscribe to this channel and make sure you receive the notifications whenever a new video is released. And if you feel called to, you can definitely offer donations for the readings on this channel. The link is in the description box below, or you can simply just let the ads run whenever you watch a video here on YouTube, and that can be a way to support content creation here. Now, if you're ready for another reading, because you just can't get enough, there's a link right up here in the top right corner to take you there. Otherwise, my loves, this has been quite the experience. I'm sending you all so much love and cosmic hugs. I look forward to spending time with you again soon. Bye. Hey there, Star Fam! Welcome back to another reading here at Transform with Ryan. So happy to be sharing space with you again for this reading of Are You on the Right Path? And for those of you that are new to this channel, welcome. Sending you a very warm aloha. And do let me know where you're tuning in from in the comments down below. So I have to tell you guys something very funny. Because as I was preparing to do this reading for you all, like in my mind, I was thinking about, okay, how is this reading going to be structured? Like, let's get this information. Are you on the right path? Yes or no? And as I'm doing the readings, Spirit is like, oh, no. That's not the type of reading you're doing today. You're not going to get a yes or no answer. We're going to help you channel messages for the wonderful viewers here, the wonderful Star Fam, to help them decide on their path. So there's going to be messages coming through with your reading today that's going to help you reflect on your current path. And then from there, it's a matter of you deciding if you are on the right path or not, and making the proper adjustments as needed so that you feel aligned and you feel what's right for you. And Spirit is like, because who am I? Ryan, who is Ryan to say if you're on the right path or not? It's individual for all of you watching this reading. And so it's merely about giving you the information you need so that this becomes the right path for you, okay? Hopefully that made sense. So moving forward, we have the Hummingbird, which says joy, lighten up. And so Spirit is saying here that there's been this level of attachment and stubbornness that you've been experiencing lately, where it's kind of like what I'm getting is it's my way or the highway, my way or no way. And because you're so fixed or fixated on this particular outcome or this particular scenario, it's really blocking the energies from expanding and moving as they should. And for some of you, you may even be experiencing that the more you hold on to a specific outcome, the further and further away it seems to get, or the more and more obstacles seem to arise, okay? So it's kind of like, okay, this is very interesting. This is a topic that I personally don't feel the most comfortable discussing. But I know it's a topic that a lot of people really have an interest in. But Spirit is like, just say it, just say it. So for example, I get a lot of questions about, will my ex come back? How do I manifest my ex? And you are so fixated on getting your ex back that you are losing sight of yourself. You're losing sight of your path forward. And for some of you, you're losing sight of other dating opportunities that are probably even a better fit for you than your ex was. There are people out there who are more on the same wavelength in the here and now with you than your ex was. I mean, okay, guys, like, let's take a deep breath and realize that they're your ex for a reason. There's a reason why they're your ex, okay? And whether or not you ended things on, or things ended, I should say, because it could have been you or it could have been them, whether or not things ended on a good note or a bad note, the fact of the matter remains is that you're not together anymore. And so it's for a reason. And right now, at this point in life, you're not meant to be with your ex. Like, yeah, okay, maybe they will come back, or maybe you'll find someone that's a better match for you in the future. Who knows at this point in time, right? Who knows? But this fixation that you have on this specific person is really stopping you or preventing you from growing and expanding on the ways you need to grow and expand, okay? Like, whatever your situation is right now, you should be focusing on making the best of that. All right. And that will lighten up the energy. It'll free things up, because otherwise right now I'm seeing it's like chains. There are chains holding you back, holding you down. And there are other things that I'm sure you want to accomplish and achieve in your life, but you've been neglecting them because you've been so fixated on this one thing. All right? And so, the hummingbird, oh, this is beautiful. Oh my gosh, guys, this is beautiful what I'm getting from spirit right now. And I'm like, I want to share, I can't wait to share with you. So, you know how the hummingbird flies? Right? It's very different from other birds. Other birds, they fly up, they fly forward. I don't even think they fly backwards. But hummingbirds, they can fly backwards. They can like change directions and fly in directions that other birds cannot. They're like that flexible, that adaptable, and that skilled at flying. And so Spirit is saying, like, that's what needs to be happening with you. You need to adapt. You need to shift directions. You need to move in another space. Okay. You need to move with the energies. So, like, here's the flower, and the hummingbird, like, comes in, it goes, gets its little nectar, and then it comes out and it goes, right? So, Spirit is saying, like, go where there is nourishment for you. Move yourself. So spend your time, spend your energy on things that are actually going to nourish you right now. Don't be like, I don't know, going back to the example, don't be like stalking your ex's Facebook or Instagram account. Don't be trying to text them when they're not texting you back. Don't be trying to like arrange dates with them so you can reconnect. Like, don't put your focus on them. That's not where your focus should be right now. All right. Your focus should be on, like, what am I doing? How am I going to feel fulfilled? How am I going to experience joy, right? How am I going to experience joy? Because the joy is not linked with this person anymore. Again, it's going to be different for everybody. Maybe you will reconcile in the future. Maybe you won't. But right here, right now, today, as you sit here and watch this reading, my loves, you guys are not together. And that's okay. That is okay. You know why? Because there are still many, many other opportunities for you to experience joy in your life. This person is not the only source of joy in the world for you. They really aren't. Maybe you may feel that way or think that way, but the truth of the matter is there's so many sources for you to experience joy in this life. So seek those out, my love. Seek those out. Oh, God, that felt really beautiful to share with you all. Okay, let's take a look at these fortune cards here to get some more information on this path that you're currently on. Okay, and again, take what resonates with you, leave the rest. You can design and craft your own reality, your own future, your own outcome. It's just a matter of being conscious and aware of it and taking the aligned actions to bring it about. All right, my dears. Okay, so we had this horse card pop out, so I'm going to go ahead and like pull it up here, and we'll get another card here in just a moment. So horse, short journey. So this is just a temporary phase. That's what Spirit is wanting to share with you. This is a temporary phase, but you're prolonging the struggle by being fixated on it. Okay, it's kind of like, you know what this reminds me of is when I used to work in medicine, there are a lot of people who are afraid of getting a shot. And, there's tons of people with needle phobias. To be honest, I think a lot of them is like learned fears. I don't think they're actually afraid of needles. I think somebody else taught them to be afraid of needles. And I used to spend all this time trying to calm the patient down and say, hey, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Like, you don't have to worry. Thousands and thousands and thousands of people received this shot. I've given shots to thousands and thousands and thousands of people, and everyone did okay. Everyone survived the experience with, very, very minimal, if any, damage or worsening of their condition, okay? And I would spend like so many minutes trying to calm this person down when the shot itself literally takes like seconds. Okay, it just takes a matter of seconds, but I'm spending minutes and minutes with this person just trying to convince them to accept the shot or the injection of pain medicine, of a vaccine, of an antibiotic, whatever it is that they needed for their treatment. And it's like, my gosh, this could be a lot shorter of a process, a lot quicker of a process if you would just allow this this thing to be completed, if you would just allow what needs to be done to get done, right? But because you're fighting and resisting and whatever, it's becoming this long process, and it's not pleasant for anyone, right? Like, you're not having a good time. I'm not having a good time. If we could just get this thing over with, we could all just move on to things that actually make us happy, right? So Spirit just wants to point that out. Next, we have carrot, opportunity or windfall. So right now, this is an opportunity for you to shift. An opportunity as you're watching this reading to have a different perspective on your situation. And it's going to have a lot of benefits, okay? Like, you just see the one carrot right here, and Spirit is saying, hey, just doing this one thing will really open the gateway to all these other things. So look at all these other carrots here that are just hidden from you right now because you're not seeing it. So once you acknowledge what's happening and let it go, once you pick this up, examine it, put it to the side, you can pick up another carrot and find other opportunities for joy and lighten up your energy quite a bit. Target, a goal-oriented person. So this speaks to me a little bit of stubbornness, okay? A little bit, again, of being stuck on something, fixated on something, holding on to a specific something and not wanting to let it go. There's that energy there, which is actually really beautiful, okay, in a way when it's properly applied. What do I mean by that? So it's great if you're goal-oriented and you're fixated on something, achieving, right? It's good for achieving certain goals. But there comes a time where you, just like the hummingbird, you have to switch to a different flower. You have to switch to a different project and let something else rest or be put to the side for now because there's nothing more that can be done with it. But you can use your amazing abilities of focus and being goal-oriented towards another activity and achieve that target goal instead, all right? So it's just shifting your perspective and you'll be able to achieve so much because you're so dedicated and committed. It's just about directing it to the right target. Younger man, dealings or relationship with a younger man. Okay, so definitely for a lot of you, what I'm getting is it says younger man, but for those of you that are more attracted to women that are here in this reading, it really has to do with just someone younger than you in general, this situation. So shifting the focus away from them. This person is taking too much time and too much energy and unfortunately bringing a lot more stress into your life. And so you're feeling weighed down and burdened by the situation, okay? So Spirit says, lighten up, lighten up. You know what's so interesting? This deck has been feeling like it's not shuffling as easily as it has earlier. I wonder what that's about. Okay, so let's get some more information here on your current situation, on your current path that you're on to serve your highest and greatest good, as well as the highest and greatest good of all those involved. So we have Knight of Coins. Okay, so the Knight of Coins is the slowest moving of all the knights, but they're also the most observant and the most practical. Okay, and so that's what Spirit is trying to highlight for you right now is what would be the most practical, sensical thing to do right now? What makes the most sense actually right now? What is the best way for you to be using your time and your emotions and your energy? The Magician, oh, creation power. So you're going to find that once you shift your focus, you're going to be able to access and create so many beautiful things. So I've said this before on this channel, and many of you perhaps know this already as well, but where focus goes, energy flows and results show. All right? So for those of you that need that reminder or haven't heard it before, type it in the comments down below. Where my focus goes, my energies flow and results will show. Okay, so where are you going to put your focus now that are going to yield you results? Okay, And we have the Five of Swords here, so definitely some sadness, feeling like okay, so Spirit is saying there's some feelings of betrayal happening here. Um, and I and for me, like going back to the X situation, again, you might have to adapt it to suit your individual circumstances. Like maybe that has nothing to do with an ex, but has to do with some other person in your life, like a friend or a family member or a coworker, whatever, that you maybe are no longer connected with, right? Or you had a falling out with. There was this betrayal here that happened. And it's not necessarily a betrayal like someone was cheating on you. Maybe they were lying to you. Maybe they were withholding information from you. Um, Maybe they just betrayed your trust in some way, like you thought they would be there for you for something and they never showed up, right? So there's this sort of betrayal, this sort of like break. What it is a breaking of trust, whatever form that took. There was a breaking of trust between you and another person, and that really, really hurts you. And part of the reason why you're so attached is maybe you want a reconciliation to happen, or maybe you want them to say sorry, or maybe you want them to be hurt just as much as you've been hurt, right? Like you're wishing for justice, wishing for vengeance, or something like that. And Spirit is like, honey, those energies are really, really heavy. And those are big, big burdens to bear. And, Spirit is saying, do you really want to carry that weight with you? Do you really want the weight of vengeance and justice seeking to be your burden? I'm thinking, it's making me think of the Batman superhero, right? Where he's like considered a vigilante, where he administers his own brand of justice separate from the law. And this notion, right, of people administering their own brand of justice. And that carries a weight with it. Four of Swords, look at that. So bound up by this hurt and this pain. Yeah, for many of you, it's definitely something they said. Something was said to you that really, really hurt you. And bound you up in this sort of like lower vibrational energy and frequency. But you don't have to stay there. Oh, look at this, Temperance. How appropriate that this card came out right now. You don't have to stay in this pain. In fact, you can release it. You can release the weight of it by just forgiving, by just accepting, like, hey, this is how things happened. Everyone made their choices and continue to make their choices. And I can't make anyone's choice for them, but I can make the choice for myself on how I want to move forward, how I want to live the rest of my days, okay? Am I gonna be like bitter and angry and untrusting and never be open again and close myself off? Or am I just going to realize, hey, this experience ran its course. I learned what I needed to learn, and now I'm going to move forward to bigger and better things. Or I'm going to take what lessons I learned from this experience so that I don't have to repeat these mistakes again. All right? So there's this wisdom with the Temperance card that everything happens for a reason. Everything has its place in the world. And yeah. And look at how, look at all these different things that this goddess is holding in her hands, like all these different objects. So Spirit is saying, hey, again, there's many, many other opportunities for joy and happiness in this world. You just have to open your eyes to them and put your energy towards them. Ooh, wow. My gosh. I knew that these readings were gonna like really be something. I just had to let go and believe, let spirit take the wheel and guide these energies for the readings in this video today. Wow. Oh my gosh. This particular, well, these two cards wanted to come out, so we'll honor that. This particular reading is not only helping all of you, but it's helping me as well, like giving me these reminders. So thank you for allowing me to do this reading for y'all. So here we have consultation and soulmate. So you need to expand your horizon and go beyond what you already know. Ask for professional help, or it is time to research to gain a better understanding about your topic. Wow. With this card that came out, Spirit is encouraging me to offer that you all connect with me. Now, I don't, in the past couple of days, I've been receiving some requests to do some private readings and coaching for people. And that's something that I wasn't actually planning on advertising for anytime soon. Like my focus has been making this wonderful content on YouTube for all of you. But, again, honoring spirit, honoring the signs and the messages I'm receiving. For those of you that would value and feel that it's a good time for you to receive one-to-one coaching on whatever situation is happening in your life and working through that and resolving those energies and moving forward in your most highest aligned version of yourself and highest timeline, like reach out to me, okay? You can, my Instagram is linked to this account. I would say that's probably the best way to reach me. And we can set up a one-to-one coaching call. I do use cards during the coaching call as well because I feel they serve good visual aids and tools for the coaching that's coming through and the intuitive guidance that's coming through for you. Or I even do more extended coaching sessions, okay, where we meet once a week over the course of 3 months and really get you to the version of yourself that you want to be, okay? And whatever that looks like for you, someone that's happier, someone that's more successful, someone that is more healed, less triggered, hurting less, less trauma and pain that's kind of anchoring them in their energy and creating anxiety, depression, like whatever it is, we can definitely discuss that if you're so called to connect with me. Wow, okay, wasn't expecting that during this reading, but the offer is there for sure, my loves. Next, we have soulmate. This situation is related to your soulmate, the person who connects with you at your soul level. Soulmates are not only for romantic relationships. This soulmate is given to you for you to meet and to work within this lifetime to grow spiritually together. And what I'm called to share with you from Spirit with this soulmate card here is not all soulmate connections really feel blissful and happy and peaceful. Some soulmates are coming to our life to teach us things, to teach us some lessons that are, a bit more on the challenging or difficult side to learn. And it's these soul contracts that we fulfill with each other, right? There's some soul contracts where it's like, yay, let's be besties. Let's be a parent and child. Let me be your mentor in your career and help uplift you and teach you everything I know. And then there's other soulmate connections and soul contracts where it's like, hey, I agree to be the villain in your life that's going to challenge you to grow beyond whatever you thought was even capable for yourself so that you can reach even greater heights. I'm going to be the boss on level 2 who you're going to overcome so that you can be at level 3. All right? So there's that type of soul contracts and soul relationships as well. So I really do hope this reading helped all of you, my loves, and I'm sending you so much love and cosmic hugs. If you really resonated with this reading, though, I invite you to like and comment down below. If you love the very genuine energy here at Transform with Ryan to serve your highest and greatest good, make sure you're subscribed to this channel and have the notifications on so you don't miss out on any videos, okay? And of course, if you're ready for another video, there is a link right up here that I put up so that you can go to that reading right now. But otherwise, again, so much love and cosmic hugs, my dear. You got this. You got this. Open up your mind, open up your heart, open up your senses, and let your spirit guide you forward. Mwah. Hey there, Star Fam! Welcome back to another reading here at Transform with Ryan. So happy to be sharing space and energy with you all again. Thank you so much for supporting this channel and watching yet another video here. And for those of you that are new to this channel, I'm just sending you a truly, truly warm aloha and welcome. So happy that Spirit brought us together. Do let me know where you're tuning in from in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you. So I have to tell y'all something. As I'm doing this fourth card reading here for this video, you know, I had my ideas on what this reading was going to be about, on are you on the right path, right? It's like a certain structure to the reading, and Spirit literally came in and was like, that's not how this video is going to be run, my love. As I was hoping that we could get like a yes no answer for are you on the right path, and Spirit was saying no, it's not for me to decide or tell you if you are on the right path or not. It's for me to share the information from Spirit and the guidance and wisdom so that you can decide for yourself, are you on the right path? And if you are, beautiful. And a lot of the things that are going to be said in this reading for you are going to resonate and align with you. But if you feel like you're not on the right path, then this reading will also give you some things, some very key things for you to think about and reflect upon so that you can get back on track to where you really want to be. All right, my loves? So with that being said, let's talk about this dragonfly. It says illusion. You know who you really are. And what I'm getting here to pass on to you from Spirit is that there's something that has been very off lately for you, okay? Either you felt off or something about this situation that's sort of highlighted in your life right now or weighing heavily on your mind, something about that feels off, okay? So you've noticed that something isn't quite right. Maybe you don't have all the information you need. Maybe it seems like somebody or someone is withholding something from you. Maybe you feel like you've had to withhold who you really are or act in a certain way lately that isn't really truly who you are, right? Maybe you feel like you've had to play a certain role to keep the peace, to ensure that everything is okay, rather than challenge the status quo by sharing what you really think or being who you really are. All right. So there's definitely some sense of like, you know who you really are. You know what your values are. You know what you want. You know what's important to you. And that hasn't been honored lately. Okay. Whether by you or other people. And so Spirit is saying, yeah, there's definitely been some illusions being played here, being shown, and it's time to get to the truth of things. All right, it's time to get to the capital T truth. Yeah. I'm also getting that, you know, this around the time of the original posting of this video, we are approaching the solar eclipse in Taurus. And you can check out the video related to that for the solar eclipse in Taurus to get some more insight on the situation here. But basically, the cosmic and astrological energies are really supporting like, hey, what are your values? What's important to you? How do you show up in relationships? How do you show the world that you value your time, you value your energy, that you have a strong sense of self-worth and self-esteem, all right? How do you show those sides of yourself? So that's really what's being called here on your current path is like, are you honoring yourself? Are you doing what feels right and feels good and aligned to you, right? Because then if not, then maybe you need to reconsider your path forward, what actions and directions you're taking, okay? So what cards do we have here? Let's go with the one that popped out first, face up. We have the parrot. Someone will gossip about all your secrets. So maybe you've been withholding some truths, something about yourself, and there are some people who are super duper nosy and they just have to know the truth. So they're going to do their digging. They're going to do their questioning to try to find the truth out, and then they're gonna like blabber it out around the world, okay? So on the one hand, be mindful of what you're saying and who you're saying it to. And on the other hand, it may be wise for you to not withhold any secrets anymore, okay? And speak the truth. Be honest. And that way... Okay, so Spirit is saying that keeping secrets has been quite a burden on you, and it's been quite a weight on you. And there's a chance that the secrets that are being kept could really blow up in people's faces and cause a lot of damage and cause a lot of hurt. And so it's important that you speak your truth in your own words, because otherwise someone else is going to speak your truth in their own words, and you might not like the way they say it. Interesting. I'm hearing like the words calling you out. Someone might be calling you out on your true thoughts and true feelings on something, okay? And it might put you in an awkward position because the timing and the people present might not be the way. It's like, oh my gosh, it's like in those movies, you know, when someone's like waiting for the right time to tell somebody something, and then they keep putting it off because of whatever reasons, and then finally the secret comes out and everyone's like, oh, well, I wanted to tell you, but I was just waiting for the right time, or I wanted to tell you, but it just didn't seem, but I just didn't know how, right? And then like people's feelings get hurt, and people get upset. So it seems like that scenario might be playing out in your life here. Next, we have the egg. Success assured with good plans and hard work. So what I'm sensing here is that things will go a lot smoother and a lot easier once everyone puts their cards down on the table. Because when everybody knows where everybody is at and what they're thinking and feeling as it relates to the task at hand or the issue at hand, then plans can be made and the necessary work can be done. But if everyone's keeping secrets and everyone's being hush-hush about things, then you're not unified in the project, in the goals moving forward, okay? Because everyone's kind of like doing their own thing and making their own moves behind the scenes, and some of those moves can be harmful to the project, harmful to the relationship, okay? Now's a good time to be candid, is what Spirit is saying. To be candid, to be honest, to be real with each other. Wow, very, very interesting. Okay, what do we have? Ant, work, achievement, success. Yeah, so this definitely is affecting the amount of achievement and success that could be gained from this situation by everybody keeping secrets. And you know, the ants, they work together. Like, ants are not selfish. They do things for the sake of the community. They do things for the sake of the greater colony, I guess. Right? Everyone serves their role, everyone serves their purpose, and they're committed to the success and thriving and survival of the colony, all right? And so that's what I'm sensing here, is that there's, again, this disconnect between everybody involved in this situation. Like, everyone has their own agenda going on, and it's time for people to really unite right now, okay, into a common purpose, a common goal. Desk, pay attention to your work. Yeah, so for many of you, this has to do with professional stuff, your work, your career, your job. I'm not sensing a lot of like romance energy. There was another reading here that definitely pulled a lot of romantic energy in, but this one is very like, it's professional world. It's the professional environment, okay? Work, career, that kind of thing. Or even just community, okay? Maybe it's like a volunteer work that you do as well. I'm thinking like a PTA. Like maybe the teachers have one view, the parents have another view, or maybe certain parents are disagreeing on how a certain event should be run or planned and organized. Yeah, it could be something like that. Or maybe there's a group project for some of you. Maybe there's a big group assignment that you have to do for school, and like you and your group mates might be on different pages here when it comes to accomplishing the project. Six of Wands, beautiful. This speaks to victory. It speaks to recognition, but it involves the need for teamwork, coming together, okay? The number 6, I'm feeling called to share this with you. The number 6 is an offshoot of the base number 2, okay? Because 2, 2, 2 is 6, okay? So it's like an even number. You can think of it that way too. And the number 2 is about connecting, coming together, okay? And you amplify that energy by 3, and 3 is the number of creation. So people coming together to create something amazing, something beyond what any individual was doing by themselves, would be capable of creating by themselves. So it's like, if someone was working by themselves, like 1 + 1 is 2, right? But if you were working as a group, if everybody brings something to the table and works to the peak of their abilities, then what comes out is going to be even greater than what any single person could have imagined or accomplished on their own. It's like this magnification of the energies. Knight of Cups. So definitely a lot of emotions running high here. Everyone's kind of in their feelings in the situation, and no one is really thinking logically or practically because everyone's just feeling some sort of way about things, and that seems to be quite the barrier in this relationship. And you see that this horse is here in the water. At least the front hooves we know are in the water. Who knows about the back? Because it looks like there's a field there, right? And horses are not the fastest when they're in the water. It's not their elements, okay? They're better suited for moving quickly on land, on earth, on solid ground. And so what this is saying is like, hey, come back to your element, come back to the focus and the purpose of what you're supposed to be doing here, and don't let your feelings and your pride or whatever kind of getting in the way. All right, like, so come back to earth here. Don't get swept away by the tides of your emotions. 7 of Wands, hard work. And what I'm sensing here is with this hard work, I mean, this person is like really going for it, right? They had to take their shirt off, and wow, they have a nice body though. Yeah, lots of muscles. We'll give them that. But they're working so hard that they had to take their shirt off because they're underneath this beating hot sun. And it's like, don't make things more challenging for yourself than they need to be. That's what Spirit is saying with this card. Like, there's an easier way out of this. So acknowledge it, and the work will be a lot less than what you're currently putting in to achieve a goal. We have the Chariot. Okay, good. So moving forward, and look, here we have these two large fish here. I'm trying to think of the name of this fish, but it's escaping me right now. But we have these two large fish here pulling this chariot through these huge waves. And so fish are in their element. They're able to bring the boat forward, right? It's not like we're putting two horses in the front of this boat and putting it in the water, right? And so again, the fastest way to move forward is by making sure that you are all aligned on the same goal. Like, it's very clear to all of you that you are moving in the same direction. We're all rowing the boat in the same direction and moving in the same direction, and we're all in our element. We're working in alignment with our individual strengths. All right, and we're bringing all our strengths to the table. We're letting everybody know all the information we have. all the skills that we have, we're working to the best of our abilities to achieve this goal together. So no one is kind of holding back on what they can do because they don't want to they don't want to show what they're capable of to others, right? Or maybe someone's trying to be a slacker, and they're trying to just be lazy and not carry their weight. And it's like, no, show what you can really do. Like, work to your peak ability here. And if we all do that together, and we're not slacking, or someone isn't slacking, then we'll actually do better together. We'll go further together. And Chariot and Six of Wands, really, they anchor in that energy of success, okay, and achievement. But again, you have to work together for it. Eight of Wands. Wow, so very fast movement. There's also this, Eight of Pentacles is more traditionally the card of learning, but with this card as well, there is some element of learning from each other in this experience. Learning about yourself, learning about each other, learning how to work together to achieve a common goal. There's a lot of lessons here is what I'm getting for each person involved in this situation. And what I'm also getting is everyone here has an opportunity to shine, okay? That it's not about like, oh, you're the best person on this team or you're number one. Like, no, it's like everyone can be number one. Everyone can have success. Everyone can get a gold trophy here, a gold medal, all right? Now is not, this particular situation is not a situation where it's like one person's going to stand out above all the rest and receive all the accolades and all the prize money and all the wins. Like, no, it's a shared thing, okay? All together. Wow, I just love how all these readings are really sharing different messages here. It keeps it quite entertaining for me and quite insightful. And let me tell you all, I am getting just as much from the readings in this video today as you all are getting from your individual readings. So I'm loving it. All right, so we have everything has a reason. Stay calm. This obstacle was given to you for a reason. Treat the situation with a sense of gratitude. Understand that an answer will unfold later. Everything has a reason. So the current situation you're going through, my loves, it's not going to end here once this is resolved. There's something even greater beyond this that you're going to look back and be like, oh my gosh, thank goodness I went through that experience, because now I have the skills and I'm better equipped to handle what's happening in this present moment, right? So this is kind of like maybe your future self speaking to you and saying, hey, this might be a tough time in your life right now, or a big challenge in your life right now, but you're gonna come out the better for it on the other side, trust me. So if this reading resonated with you on any level, make sure to like and comment down below, and of course subscribe to this channel and turn the notifications on so you don't miss out on a future reading. It has truly been my pleasure to read for all of you today. These have been very, very insightful, like I said, for me as well. Now, if you want to support content creation on this channel, you can offer a donation. The link is in the description box below. Or you can simply just let the ads play whenever you're watching a video here on YouTube, okay? Now, if you're ready for another reading, of course, you can click this link right up here to go to another reading here on this channel. But otherwise, I look forward to spending time with you again here very, very soon. Sending you all so much love and cosmic hugs. Bye.